All right, people. I am so sorry. I started the live and I only did it on YouTube. Gregory, can you go to Facebook? Make sure I'm good. Sorry. I was moving too fast.
Yeah, you good.
Okay. All right. So now we can move on. All right, people. So welcome to the show. Let's do this again. Welcome to the show. Please make sure that you share, like, and comment. People, I have a show for you today. I got a show for you today. I got a little audience. I got Drew here. He's going to taste the food at the end. I got Gregory here. He's going to taste the food at the end. Donnie and Star just walked in. They might taste the food at the end. But people, it's going to be amazing, okay? So please make sure that you join the family. If you're watching on Facebook, please make sure that you follow. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe. It helps me out so much. All right, people. So let me tell you what I'm cooking. If you read the title, I'm doing a pasta challenge, people. And this is my way of imparting some knowledge to all y'all people who can't cook out there. So you can have the same ingredients, but cook it a different way and it will taste different. I'm going to say it again. You can have the same ingredients, but cook it a different way and it will taste different. Let me turn my pot up because I'm going to need this next. All right. So last week I did a lasagna using a bunt pan. Today, I'm making lasagna soup, people. Yes, it's going to be practically the same ingredients, but people, when I tell you this dish is going to be boyente, it's going to be boyente. Okay, so let me get started. I already did all the prep work, people. Everything that I was supposed to prep has already been done, which is great. So we're going to just run through this. People, if you got comments or questions, please make sure you ask me. I will answer your questions live, okay? So I'm moving you over here to the stove. I'm going to be using the stove a lot today, people. Let's bring you back a little bit so that's better. Okay, so what I have is I have a pot on the stove. I already have some olive oil in the pot, and I got my stove turned on high. I wanted to get hot. Now I'm going to turn it on medium right now, all right? So what I'm going to do is half of onion, okay? This is going right in. I am browning my onion, okay? Browning my onion. So let me get all of the goodness out. All right. All that stuff at the end is called goodness. Okay. So I'm getting my goodness out. Let me get my thing that I'm gonna be using today, and I'm looking for my wooden spoon. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just browning my onion. Okay. This is gonna add a lot of flavor to my soup, people. And this is the perfect weather for soup because it is getting cold here in the DC area, and it is perfect, okay? So now I got my onion inside there doing a little salving. Then I have garlic paste, people, garlic paste. If you don't want to do a lot of chopper, get this. It'll work for you, okay? So now I'm going to take some garlic. I'm just going to sprinkle some down in there like that. If you don't have the garlic paste, you're looking for about 6 cloves of garlic. And that's how much garlic you're gonna need. So what I'm doing is I'm just mixing around my onion, and my garlic. And I'm looking for them to get brown. Okay? Then I'm gonna do a little waft. And I smell more onion than garlic, so I'm gonna add a little bit more garlic, okay? Remember, you gotta smell your food, okay? You gotta smell your food. It's important, okay? So I add a little bit more garlic with my onion, and I'm just mixing it all up. Do a little mixy mix, okay? Okay? If you got questions, please make sure that you ask me. And if you are watching, tell me where you're watching from, okay? So I can shout you out, okay? All right. So do a little mixy like this. Little mixy. All right. And this looks good, okay? Okay? Let me see if I have any comments going through, if I did this thing right. Oops, that's the wrong one. Ooh. Okay. Bam. Okay. So I'm going to show you what you're looking for. I'm going to turn this light on. I'm going to show you what I'm looking for once it gets brown. Okay, people? You want to get it brown like me. Okay? Bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. And then, people, I'm going to add in my ground beef. Okay? Ground beef. Remember, I'm using all of the same ingredients I used last week, and I think I'm adding one additional ingredient. But I'm using the same ingredient. Actually, I'm adding 2 ingredients from last week, but only 2 ingredients, but pretty much the same ingredients. Okay? So I'm putting my ground beef in here like that, and then I'm going to just break it up. So Star has one of these great little things. So I'm just going to break it up, break it up, break it up, break it up, break it up. Break it up, break it up, break it up, break it up. Bam, and 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 bam. So if y'all want to work out, you can cook, because cooking sometimes is a workout. Like this is working on my triceps and my biceps, okay? And this is better than going to the gym and lifting the weights. And then if you really want to do a workout, make some homemade cookies when you gotta work that dough out. It's lots, okay? Let me show y'all a close-up shot of what it looks like up so far. And then we're gonna move on. Okay. See? You see it? It gotta get brown like me. Oh, hey, Uncle Cornell. Hey, Norfolk, Virginia. Watching from Norfolk, Virginia. Okay, thank you. So I'm just gonna mix it and mix it and mix it. And what I want the ground beef to get brown like me. All right. So you keep mixing it and let the heat do the work. Okay. The heat's gonna do the work, and it's gonna be good. Okay. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Bam, 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 bam. Now the ground beef that I have is 97.3, so it doesn't have a lot of grease. And I did that one for a reason. I picked that one up for a reason, because I'm really not going to drain the grease off the ground beef. I'm going to use the grease as flavor, okay? That's something different that I did last week. I drained the ground meat and I seasoned. This week I'm using the grease. So I'm going to take some black pepper. I'm going to add some black pepper. Bam, 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 bam. I'm going to put that over there. Then I'm going to take some salt. And I'm going to add some salt like there. And I'm going to keep doing mixy mix. So remember, if you're going to grain your ground beef, you want to season after you drain, because the only thing you're going to do is that you're rinsing off, you're draining off all of the seasoning. But since I'm going to keep the grease that's in the bottom of this pan, I can go ahead and season now, okay? That's a pro tip for you, okay? So I'm dropping knowledge. Dropping knowledge here, okay? So as you can see, I'm going to get close so y'all can see. It's getting brown, which is what I'm looking for. It's not there yet, but it's getting there. Look so y'all can see what I'm saying. Everybody see it? You see how it's getting brown? And you see all that grease at the bottom? That grease is the goodness, okay? That grease is goodness. So I'm going to keep moving and keep moving and keep moving it. And then also, so with the salt and pepper that I added, as well as the onion that I added in the beginning, all of that is going to be goodness, okay? It is almost there, so it just got a little pink left, but it's almost there. And now I can go back to my spoon. Okay? If you got any questions, please make sure that you ask me your questions. Let's see what we got. Oh, Faith Walker. Hey, I'm doing a lasagna stew. Lasagna stew, okay? I know Faith Walker, you probably never heard about this, but y'all take some pen and paper out and watch. Donnie, hey Donnie, fatness or heart attack at the bottom of that pot. No, Donnie, we're gonna double pray the heart attack away. We're gonna double pray the heart attack away, okay? But all of that is gonna be goodness, okay? So I'm doing a lasagna stew. So it's basically everything that you used to make when you're cooking lasagna, except for you are adding a lot more broth. You're adding a lot more broth, and then the broth is gonna turn into the soup. Jude, can you come in for a second? Can you help him, please? Yes. All right. So give me a second. Oh, look, people, it's almost ready. It's almost ready. And I'm going to show you that it looks brown like me. Look at this, people. Look at this goodness. Everybody see that goodness? Everybody see that goodness right there? All right. That's goodness in the bottom. Okay, people? That's goodness at the bottom. Okay? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little hole in the pot. Okay? I'm going to make a little hole in the pot. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Like that. I'm going to get that a little mixy mix. Ooh, this is going to be good, people. This is going to be so good. All right? So you put your tomato paste in, and you want to mix it all up. You want to mix it all up, mix it all up, mix it all up, mix it all up, and mix it all up. Okay? Once you do that, it's time for your seasonings. All right? So we're going to do some onion powder. Onion powder. You want a lot. Okay? Onion powder. Remember, if you can't see the seasoning, it's not enough. Oregano. So I'm going to add some oregano. And I'm putting a lot because this is going to be that flavor. All right? So I'm going to add some oregano. Oops. Then I'm going to add some parsley. Add some of that parsley right there. This is going to be so good. This is going to be so good. This is going to be so good. Then some Italian seasoning. This is going to be so good. And we're going to do an extra of this. This is going to be so good. 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 And seasoning is important, people. You don't want to be a pink person or purple person or red person. All right. Basil. So we're going to add some basil. I'm going to show you how much I'm putting in there so y'all can see. We're going to add some basil. Because all of this seasoning is very important. Because you don't want your food to be bland. Okay? You don't want it to be bland. All right? Then you want some red pepper crush. All right? Now, this is a little spicy. So you want to put enough heat where you got it. But you don't want to do too much because it's going to be too spicy. Okay? So I want a little kick. So I'm going to put a little spice in there like that. And then look, this is how much seasoning you need, people. Can you see it? Remember, if you can't see it, it's not enough. If you can't see it, it's not enough. That's a pro tip for you, okay? So I'm going to mix that on up in here. Mix that on up in here like that. Oh, people. This is going to be so good, all right? Then I'm going to add some crushed tomatoes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You see that goodness? All right. Now remember, anytime where you're dealing with tomatoes, you want to add some sugar to cut that acidity. So I'm going to do 1 tablespoon. Let's do a tablespoon and a half of sugar. And I'm putting it literally right on top of the tomatoes that I just put in there, because I really want to get it in the tomatoes to cut some of that acidity. Okay. And then I'm going to mix it on up. Mix it on up like that. Mix it on up like that, like that, like that. All right. I'm going to get to your comments. And then 6.5 cups of chicken broth. And like that. So I'm going to give that a little mixy mix. Ooh, people, people, people. This is goodness in a pot. Goodness in a pot, people. It's goodness in a pot. All right. So I'm going to cover this. And I want this to come to a boil. Okay. Let me get to your comments. And then we're going to move on. All right. I got another step. All right. Oh, hey, Miss Diane Elder. Hey, girl. So remember, this is lasagna soup. Okay. Lasagna soup. All right. So now moving on to the next step. All right. The next step is going to be right here. And remember, I've already prepped. Okay. I've already prepped. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some ricotta cheese. I'm going to use about a cup of ricotta cheese. Yep, put that in there like that. Then I already have some chopped. Oh, I forgot one thing. Hold on, people. We got to go back. Sorry. I forgot one of the most important ingredients, people. You need your noodles. You need your noodles, okay? So I got some lasagna noodles. All right. And I'm going to break them in thirds, people. I'm going to break them in thirds. Oops. Someone got off the floor. I'll get it up later. I'm taking my lasagna noodles, breaking them into thirds. And this right here, people, it's going to be so good. Yep. And then I'm just going to make sure that they all get submerged. That they all get submerged. They all get submerged. Now I'm going to cover it, okay? I forgot about that. Sorry, people. Okay. All right. So now what I got is I got my roughly a cup of ricotta. I got some freshly cut parsley that I'm going to add in there. This is about a cup as well. And then I'm going to add some mozzarella cheese. Yep. Then I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese. Like that. And then I'm going to add salt and pepper. And remember, if you can't see it, it's not enough. And then I'm going to give this a little mixy mix. And I'm looking for a certain consistency. So if I don't have that consistency, that basically is probably going to indicate that I need a little bit more ricotta cheese. Okay. So I'm mixing up, and I need a little bit more. So give me a second. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Pepper. I gotta wash my hands. All right, so give me a second while I wash my hands. You gotta be a clean chef. It's important. Okay, people? All right, so back to my mix. I'm gonna add some more ricotta cheese, and I'm looking for a certain consistency. Once I reach that consistency, I'll know if I have enough. And it's kind of hard to explain. I'm gonna show it to you though, and then when I go to the next step, it's gonna all make sense, okay? Yeah. I think, people, I'm just about there. Let's add a little bit more mozzarella and Parmesan. So add a little bit more mozzarella and Parmesan. And then we're going to move on to the next step. But I'm going to show you the consistency that I'm looking for. It's hard to explain it, but the next step, you'll understand it when I go to the next step. Because it will all make sense. All right, so you see I'm moving it around. And you want it to look like this, people. Everybody see that? See how it's forming together? All right, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to form these into balls. So they got to be a good enough form that when I form them into a ball, they stay together into a ball. So that's how I know when I have enough. Okay. Okay. Let me see. I'm looking. Oh. Let me check on my goodness in the pot. Ooh, people. People. This goodness in this pot right here, people. This goodness in a pot is buoyante. Okay, going back. All right. Oh, hey Tracy, you're in the camera shot, so I gotta say hi. People, Tracy came over here last week and she ate my lasagna. All right. So you see this? This is roughly a good consistency of what I'm looking for. Okay. So now since I'm good, people, now I'm going to do a little cleaning up. It's important that you clean as you go, people. If you clean as you go, when you get finished cooking, you don't got a lot to do. Okay? All right? Plus, I'm waiting for my goodness to boil. So you know that this is done when your noodles get al dente, okay? Once my noodles are al dente, then I'm good. And I'm going to keep my cheese out because when I serve it, I'm going to add a little cheese on top, okay? And it's going to be buoyante, okay? All right, so let me know in the comments if you like lasagna, okay? Tell me if you like lasagna, all right? I'm not going to eat it, but that's why I got taste testers here. It's a piece of wood. Because I'm picky. I'm a picky eater. Drop it. All right, so let me put this up, and then people, we're gonna move on. Remember, if you have questions, you can ask me your questions, okay? Ooh, people, it's boiling. The pot, I can hear it. So I'm not gonna take the top off because I want to keep the heat in, okay? Now let's finish forming my balls, okay? So basically what I'm gonna do, and this is gonna be messy, but I need to wash my hands afterwards. Okay, so I'll just form the water. Okay. So I'm forming my cheese balls. Just like that. And this is gonna work well with my soup. So remember, this mixture has ricotta cheese, mozzarella cheese, Parmesan, parsley, and salt and pepper. And it's a cheese ball. Just want to form your balls like this. It's really simple. It's not complicated at all. And you don't want them too big because the idea is to serve a ball with every batch of soup. So you don't want it too big, but this is going to be that cheese quality that comes on when people eat your soup. And bam, and bam. And bam, and bam. So you want to form your ball carefully. You can't squeeze it too tight or either it's going to be deformed. But you want to form your balls carefully. And then you should be pretty good. This is very easy. It's not hard to make, as you can see. And I'm not using a lot of dishes either, which is a plus for me because y'all know I'm a chef, but I do not like washing dishes. Okay. So this allows me to use least amount of dishes, but still make a meal that's good. Okay? All right, let me wash my hands. Woo! Hot, hot, hot. Is up hot, darling, or down? Down. Okay. Let's raise it up. Up is cold. Well, maybe I need to make it all the way up. Because that's hot. Okay, it's getting better. Donnie and Star water gets extremely hot. It'll burn your skin off. Woo. Okay. All right. So I'm going to wipe my hands off, and then we're going to my one pot. That's on the stove. So I'm going to turn it down. Ooh, people, people, people. It's not ready yet, but it is getting there. And remember, I know when it's ready because my noodles are going to get al dente. So basically, I'm looking at my noodles, and that tells me, excuse me, if it's ready. Oh, I forgot about my heavy cream. People, I forgot an ingredients. That probably will work. I got my heavy cream sitting over here and forgot all about it. Let's add a little bit of more heavy cream. I got some more at the fridge there. Whew. I forgot all about the heavy cream. So the two new ingredients from this week that I didn't use last week was the chicken broth and the heavy cream. But everything else I used last week. So same dish, same ingredients, just prepared a different way. And as a result, you get a different result. Okay? So we're going to let that salvinate together. And then we will move on. Okay? Give me a second. Oh, I can move the camera, right? That would be smart, right? And then remember, one great thing about this dish, I don't use a lot of dishes. And that is important. Because who got time to wash all them dishes? Don't nobody got time to wash all them dishes. Okay, so these are my cheese balls that are ready and prepared. One thing I got to do is drop them in once they get done. And then, people, it's going to be time to eat. I'm going to serve it. Now, people, technically, you're supposed to serve. Hold on, let me put this in the refrigerator. So, technically, you're supposed to serve soup in a bowl, but I'm not washing dishes. So, we're going to serve it in a plate. All right. Oh, we do got plastic bowl. Okay, I'm going to serve it in a bowl in plastic bowls. All right, so we're going to let the goodness do its work, people. And people, it is going to be so good. So good. So good. Okay, so people, let me tell you. So somebody came up to me today and it was like, Derrick, when is cooking versus coming back? And I was like, oh, Lord. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. So cooking for all my new subscribers and followers, cooking versus was when I would verse against somebody else, and the rules will be whatever dish that they want to make. So they will make their best dish, and then I'll make it as well. So it don't have to be the exact same dish, but it has to be in the same family. So like when I did Tiana Reynolds, it was salmon. You had to use salmon. Okay. When I did Crystal King, it was a pasta. You had to use some type of pasta. So people wanted cooking versus to come back, and the reason why I haven't done one in here is this might be almost 2 years. It's because I did it on Facebook because Facebook had the feature where I could host a private show and they will pay, and then Facebook will control who gets access, whether if you pay, yada yada yada. Well, Facebook did away with that feature, so if I do a cooking versus, then I got to do all of the back end work, and it's just a lot of work. But I'm gonna think about it. But I'm thinking about bringing it back because people's been asking for it. Okay, people has been asking for it. So let's see. Hopefully, I might bring it back. It depends on because I might have to do it on Zoom and tell people you can't share the Zoom link, or either only give out the Zoom link when when the time of the show happens or whatever, or maybe just do a password or whatever. But yeah, so I have to think about it. I have to figure it out. Let me check on my goodness. It's definitely boiling, which is good. I'm trying to pick up a noodle because the noodles is what's going to tell me if it's done or not. Let's put this back. Let's see. People, it's almost there. It's not there yet, but almost. All right. So yeah, so that's one thing that I'm looking at maybe introducing back to the show. Cooking versus is one, and then I know I need to come out with more t-shirts. Everybody keeps saying, Derrick, I need a cooking with Derrick shirt. I need a cooking with Derrick shirt. I'm working on it, people. So my vendor actually moved away. I still want to use her because I like the quality of her product, but I also got to make sure that the shipping fee, don't be so much where now I got to raise the prices of the shirt or whatever. But I'm working on new cooking with Derrick shirts. And just new merch, period. But I'm working on the shirts. So now people have been asking for the shirts as well. So those are some of the things that we're going to be looking at in 2024, people. 2024. Let's see. Ooh. And people, I think we almost is there. I think we're almost there. Now, when I drop the cheese balls in, I'm gonna turn the heat completely off, and that's because I don't want the cheese balls to melt to melt too fast. So I'm gonna turn them off, and then I'm gonna drop them in. All right, but first let me get my bowls. Since we have plastic bowls, first Gregory and you. All right. Hold on for a second, people. I'm gonna make their plates though, and then I can use this. This is fine. Actually, I'm gonna use the red one. So I just turned it off. Oh, so y'all can see. So I'm just letting it simmer down, simmer down, simmer down. So I'm just gonna let it simmer down a little bit. It's very important that when you put it in, you don't want it to be too hot because the cheese balls are gonna melt. Do you put cheese in lasagna, Gregory?
Yeah, I'm not saying I put cheese in it. I'm just saying.
It's just a different way to add cheese. You put it in the form of a ball.
Like you just put your hand on it.
I wash my hands first. And I really did because I had to sneeze in the middle of the show and I had to wash my hands after I sneezed. But I sneezed in my armpit, not my hand, but I still wash my hands anyway. See? I got you. All right.
Ooh,
all right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to...
Why is boiling like that?
Because it's hot. It's supposed to be hot.
It's mystery soup.
It is a soup. So I'm glad that that's what you say because it's supposed to be a soup.
It's a mystery though. That's not a good thing.
It's not a mystery. It's lasagna.
Look how it pop out the pan. Oh man.
Okay. Hold on for a second. I got it. Okay. So, oops, not a plate. I was gonna get y'all a plate.
Wait till the cheese don't come in.
The cheese isn't supposed to melt. It's supposed to be like ice cream on top. You know when you scoop a little bit of ice cream and with your pie, that's how you're supposed to eat it. I gotta teach y'all everything.
So it's supposed to be like the soup and then the cheese bowl with the ice cream? Or like the cheese with the ice cream and then the...
Yes. That's how it's supposed to be.
He tripping, bro.
Maybe I gave you too many.
Yeah, I'm in intro to culinary arts. I'm about to go to eat this, boy.
You talking about the class that you failed?
I didn't fail.
Or did you pass that one?
He's still taking the classical.
Okay.
Expose him like that. Exactly. Like, what's up with you?
I forgot that I was on live. My bad.
Okay. Tired. I don't even want to eat that, bro.
You see the cheese stringing from the side? Okay. And then you're supposed to top it with a little bit more cheese. You eat cheese, right, Jude?
Bro, you rationing with the cheese.
I gotta put more Parmesan up there too. You need both types of cheese. Okay.
Cooper, out the kitchen.
Who trying to taste the food?
This is a baby spoon. I mean fork. All right. And bam. And presenting lasagna soup. See that? See? Okay. Let us pray. God our Father, once again. Thank you for our blessing. Amen. Eat. Okay, y'all can taste. Oh.
I got that joint left.
Don't just eat noodles. I think one of y'all might got more noodles than me. But don't just eat all noodles. Get the noodles with some cheese, with some ground beef. It's just ground beef.
This joint is hard noodles to get. Yo, are the noodles cooked?
The noodles are. You got one that's not cooked enough? I don't think they're overcooked.
Yeah, hard. Hold on, bro. Hold on.
So you saying the noodles are hard? He's saying the noodles are overcooked. Only way we know is if you taste them.
Bro, my noodle won't breathe. Use your head, bro. God. Oh, come on, bro. Hurry up. I'm gonna just take the whole noodle. Big bite. Look at these folks.
Dude, you didn't even taste it.
The noodles are so hard.
So the noodles aren't cooked?
No, not at all.
All right, I'll put it back on. But what about the meat and the cheese? The cheese isn't bad. The cheese ball isn't bad, is it?
No, it's just cheese.
Huh?
It's just cheese.
Yeah, I know that.
Did you boil the meat too?
Yes. It's in one pot.
Oh my God. Anyone like.
So I'll turn it back on for the noodles. Johnny looking so interested.
Not terrible, I guess.
It's not terrible, you guess?
Yeah. It's edible. Look at that.
What about you?
What a restaurant?
Jude's the picky one.
I'm picky.
Yeah, you picky.
I ain't picky.
Okay, so I gotta end the show before I have to turn it back on. Can you put the top back on? It's okay. I gotta put it back on for the noodles. All right. Thank y'all so much for watching this episode of Cooking with Derrick, where laughter is my language. Today I showed you how to make a lasagna soup, and I will see you guys next time. But why are they reluctant to try it? Oh, that's Donnie. He's trying to be messy. Have I killed you? No. When did I almost kill you? No, that was a different. That was a challenge, and the house wasn't on fire. The house wasn't on fire.
The house was technically on fire.
Was it the house or was it the stove? It's a difference. All right, I'll catch you guys next time.
It's really like